And there's some really great stuff out there. But I doubt that any of us will look back in our lives and think, we should have bought an even thinner TV. Found a lighter light beer. Or had an even smarter smartphone. Do you think any of us will look back in our lives and regret the things we didn't buy? Or the places we didn't go?
Every day, I work with small businesses in my community, helping them grow and create jobs. American technology empowers Main Street businesses to innovate and reach their customers through social media and online advertising. But some politicians in Washington are pushing new laws that will weaken American technology, threaten jobs in our community, and make our economy more dependent on China. This misguided agenda will leave small businesses behind. Congress needs to protect, not weaken, American technology.
That moment you walk in the office, people are wearing the same gear, you feel a sense of connectedness and belonging right away. And our shirts from Custom Ink help bring us together.
Custom Ink has hundreds of products to help you feel connected. Upload your logo or start your design today at customink.com.
Enjoy the magic of freshness from nuts.com. Fresh nuts, dried fruits, sweets and treats, freshly roasted, freshly dipped, freshly seasoned, and delivered fast with free shipping. Nuts.com. Fresh snacks from our kitchen to yours.
How big does the cushioning feel in Skechers Max Cushioning? Skechers Max Cushioning has a huge, super lightweight layer of cushioning. They even give me a little boost to height. Oh, don't I look taller, Candace? Get giant comfort with Skechers Max Cushioning.
Can you believe this? Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. You guys look great. Once I turn 40,
Let me guess, less energy, less drive.
definitely. It's not your fault. It happens to every man. Testosterone levels drop as you age. Happen to you guys?
Yep.
So what did you do?
We got Nugenix Total T.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text ROW.
2321321.
This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels.
That does it. I gotta get Eugenics. Just send a text for a complimentary bottle. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary
Alright, so this
bottle
is
of
40X.
Nugenix now. Text ROW.
I'm gonna see if I can
Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most
pull
powerful
out
fat
the
incinerator
wide
with
field
ingredients to help you get back in shape
10X.
fast, absolutely free. That's
and maybe
2321321. Giant
just have 4X.
golf simulators, portable
Oh,
projectors.
that's not good.
Get-togethers just got a whole lot more interesting. Home tech adventure. See the curated collection of unique items for yourself at touchofmodern.com.
Not gonna be able to clamp onto that.
Okay. We got the new IGM Rewards card, so everything we buy has that new car smell. Stop. I will not. Food's here. This smells like a brand new car.
Yeah, best in class rewards and a great way toward your next Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac.
And with all those points on everything we buy, we're thinking SUV.
Can't clamp onto that.
A new kind of appreciation with that new car smell.
One Prilosec OTC in the morning blocks heartburn all day and all night. Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production that can cause heartburn. So don't fight heartburn, block it with Prilosec OTC.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, Pfizer and BioNTech are requesting emergency use authorization for an additional booster dose of their COVID-19 vaccine for older adults. The companies say their submission to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is based on data from Israel that show an additional dose lowers rates of infections and severe illness. These studies have not been peer-reviewed yet, but Pfizer and BioNTech say this additional booster did not result in any new safety concerns. The husband of the U.S. Vice President, second gentleman Doug Emhoff, has tested positive for COVID. His symptoms are mild, though, according to one of his tweets, which also said he was vaccinated and had received a booster. The positive test result meant his wife, Kamala Harris, did not attend a White House event on Equal Pay Tuesday night, even though earlier she had tested negative. A wave of new COVID infections in China has forced some changes in Beijing's pandemic playbook. Health officials say isolation and testing policies will be eased for patients with mild and asymptomatic cases. The move is designed to ease some of the pressure on the healthcare system. CNN's Stephen Jiang joins me now from Beijing with more. Good to see you, Stephen. So China's changing the way it fights COVID as it struggles with its worst outbreak since Wuhan. What is the latest on that? And could we see a departure, perhaps, from its zero COVID policy, do you think?
Well, Rosemary, the timing of the release of these updated guidelines is very interesting because of the highly contagious nature of Omicron, which, as you mentioned, is raging across China. This is seen by many as the health authorities here are prepared to ease things up somewhat, as you mentioned, not only by changing where they're going to put mild and asymptomatic cases, but also in terms of discharge criteria, as well as health monitoring requirements after their release. But on the other hand, this is being published at a time when the Beijing leadership seems to be doubling down on their zero COVID policy, as we are again seeing millions of Chinese people across this country being placed under some form of lockdown. And that now applies to Shanghai, the country's biggest city, which up to this point had prided itself on their less disruptive approach to COVID containment. But now residents in Shanghai are telling us the authorities there seems to be adopting a so-called rolling lockdown strategy. That means they're locking down a batch of neighborhoods at a time, sealing off residents.
Pretty sure I need to get
hours and requiring everyone to undergo 2 rounds of COVID testing.
mouth
And they would
parts.
only reopen those neighborhoods when everyone inside tests negative twice within 2 days. And also, local officials are already warning about possible delay in these reopening because of the city's increasingly strained testing capacity. And keep in mind, this is considered the most lenient form of COVID response in this country. Now, of course, the Beijing leadership is aware and concerned about the possible economic impact from those continued harsh policies. But I think the bottom line here is they want to ensure absolute social stability before the ruling Communist Party's National Congress later this year. That's when Xi Jinping, of course, is expected to take that almost unprecedented third term, paving the way for him to rule for life. So that is their undisputed top priority. And before that happens, everything else seems to be secondary. Rosemary?
All right, Stephen Jiang joining us live from Beijing. Many thanks. Well, for many people in the United States, setting clocks forward an hour is not just a rite of spring, it is the bane of their existence. Senators apparently feel that way too, because they unanimously passed a measure making daylight saving time permanent across the United States. Now, that would put an end to the twice-a-year time changes in the spring and in the fall. But first, it has to pass the House and be signed by President Biden to become law. The proposed change would take effect in 2023, and then clocks would never again have to be adjusted. Many will be
Alright, I think I've seen enough to look this guy up.
And thank you so much for being with us this hour. I'm Rosemary Church. Our breaking news coverage continues after a short break. Stay with us.
It's electric, made extraordinary. Ingenuity in motion. It listens, learns, adapts, and anticipates your every need. With intelligence that feels anything but artificial. The EQS from Mercedes-Benz. It's the car electric has been waiting for.
This feeling of
Alright, we got the front and back.
inspiring your customers and expressing
In case you were
heartfelt
confused,
thanks
this
with
is the back.
promotional products people love from the